Hi guys, welcome to Your Favorite Nikki. Today's episode is a new Nikki Tries. Grace Smith is coming to my house today. Grace is a celebrity hypnotist and I am going to get hypnotized. So I've never been professionally hypnotized before. I like to meditate a lot and I do guided meditations also. I feel like meditating is kind of hypnotizing yourself. But I think it'll be really interesting to see how Grace can help rewire my brain. I picked kind of a different issue to work on today. You know, they asked what I would like to be hypnotized for, and I feel like help me lose weight or something like that is very overdone. So I wanted to give her a new challenge. I hope she hasn't heard of this one before. So this, my friends, is Grace Smith. We've been chit-chatting a little bit. Lola's next to her on the couch. So I can tell already that she has a very gentle soul because all the animals have been flocking to her as soon as she got here.
Which makes me so happy.
She loves animals, so that works out. If you come to our house, you gotta love animals.
Totally.
Yeah, Lola's like, pay attention to me. I want to get hypnotized too. Do you want to get hypnotized, Lola? She's like, yes. I've been eating too much food lately.
We can definitely help you with that,
Okay.
Lola. Don't worry.
Like, I was so small and skinny when Nikki first got me, and I just can't control my cravings. You want to get hypnotized? So that's what I was thinking, that you probably hear a lot of people like, help me control my cravings and that sort of thing. So I wanted to challenge you a little bit.
Yes.
And do something totally different.
Awesome. I love it so much.
Okay.
So I think what might be really helpful is if I just share with you a little bit about what to expect.
Yes, please do, and tell my viewers a little bit about yourself.
Okay, great. So my name is Grace Smith. I'm a hypnotherapist, and essentially I'm on a mission to make hypnosis mainstream. And that sounds like a pretty random goal, I think, to somebody who might not have ever experienced hypnotherapy before. But essentially what happened, and I'll give you the truncated story, I was working in corporate America, partying a ton, lived in the Lower East Side of Manhattan. It was just kind of a crazy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Work all day, party all night. And I hit rock bottom really young, which was actually very lucky. Things just sort of spiraled out of control and ended up getting sober when I was 24 years old. Because of that, I became very open-minded. I finally realized I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything. I can't do everything myself. And at that time, I was still chain smoking cigarettes, even after I'd been sober for about 6 months. So a friend of mine said, why don't you try hypnotherapy? And I said, oh, why? So they can make me click like a chicken. You know, I had all the same misconceptions most people have. But because I'd just been through such a hard time, I said, you know what? I don't have all the answers. Let me give it a shot. I quit in one session. And my reaction wasn't to say, oh, that's neat, and go back to my life. My reaction was, why does anybody have lung cancer? Why does anybody have emphysema? What is this thing, and why didn't I know about it? I got really kind of pissed off that it wasn't well known. So I said, let me test it out a little bit more. I used hypnosis to overcome a huge debilitating stage fright, which nobody would even ever know I had that now because I'm paid to speak.
Wow.
But I would turn bright red. I would cancel events. I couldn't do it. I even became the lead singer in a rock band after that for a little while.
Nice.
Just, like, it totally helped. So I got a certification in hypnosis, kept my day job, and was like, let me just start helping people on the side with things like you said, weight loss, things like anxiety, stuff like that. A month in, a man who was a UN peacekeeping ambassador in Syria had a stroke, and I was dating his son at the time. He had a stroke in Syria when his UN convoy was bombed, and his left side of his body was paralyzed. It was heartbreaking. And he was flown to New York City about 3 months later, had been paralyzed the whole time. And his son said, I know you're brand new at this, but can you just go try to help improve his mood because he's totally depressed. So I go to the Rusk Institute in New York, this very fancy hospital. I'm so nervous. I've only been doing this for a month. And halfway through our session, just something popped into my head. And I just said, Alexandre, I want you to imagine a spark firing on the left-hand side of your body and flowing all the way down, electricity flowing all the way through your arm, all the way through your hand, all the way out your finger. And he moved his finger.
Wow.
He'd been paralyzed for 3 months.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy. I still tear up every time I tell the story, and it was 6 years ago.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. The mind is so powerful.
So powerful.
And I really do believe that. Yeah. I've been meditating, and I realized how just imagining things, and you feel it, and it happens. You're gonna feel a warm sensation in your hand. Yeah. It happens.
Does. Yes.
It's you're tingling, and then I've reduced so much stress by meditating, and just my overall outlook on life has changed so much from that. Yeah. And so I'm really interested to see how you can help me even more, and what it's like to experience this professionally.
Well, I'm so happy that you have this interest and this basis of experience first, which is going to be so cool and so powerful. I call hypnosis meditation with a goal. Mm-hmm. So it's not mind control. If it were, hypnotists would be billionaires, right? There's no blacking out. There's no forgetting. It feels like meditation. So when you meditate, do you ever find yourself thinking conscious thoughts?
Sometimes they try to sneak their way in.
Totally. Yeah. Same thing in hypnosis. So if that happens, it's not like you're not hypnotized. Just because the movies make it look like you're like this, you're still very much aware. If the fire alarm went off, you'd open your eyes and you'd walk out of the room. Mm-hmm. So anyway, after that day with Alexandre, the best part of that story is I married his son. So that's now my
Oh my gosh,
wow. So he told that story at our wedding. He's now walking, and he's just amazing. It's incredible. But that day I quit my job, and I said, I'm on a mission to make hypnosis mainstream. Whatever this is that can help someone quit smoking, overcome fear of public speaking, and break through paralysis, like the whole world needs to know about
that's
this.
Amazing. And so, now you're married.
And now I'm married.
So if you go and get hypnotized, you might meet your future spouse.
Exactly. There's plenty of reasons to get into this.
Yeah. This is something that I struggle with, actually, and it really freaks me out in a way. Mm-hmm. As I get older, days go by so quickly. Yeah. I feel like I wake up in the morning and then boom, the day's gone and I go to bed. Mm-hmm. And it scares me to the point where I think, before I know it, I'm gonna be dead. Yeah. What if my whole life just passes me by? The days go so quickly. Yeah. And then I reflect upon childhood and I think, when you were a kid, the days felt so long. Yeah. Riding in the car for an hour took forever. Yeah. Is there any way to get that back? Absolutely.
Well, I wouldn't say that we can go all the way back to the way we felt when we were children, because really, childhood is a time that is carefree. Mm-hmm. It's carefree. And even if a child has an upsetting moment, this is what's so beautiful about children. They could be hysterically crying 1 minute because they're so upset and they feel it so fully, and the next minute they're like a bubble, mm-hmm. and they're right back to happiness. Whereas, adult human beings tend to push down their feelings, not address them fully. Then they linger under the surface, and there's a constant layer of worry. And the worry is what robs us of the present moment. Mm-hmm. If children live in the present moment, and that's why it takes forever, because you're in it. So worry comes from either, obsessing about the past or the future, neither of which exist. Right? That snap doesn't exist in tangible reality. I can't grab it. I can't hear it. It's gone. But if I continue to think about it all day long, I'm not here. I'm not present in my life. So the whole day could be a flash in the pan and I'm obsessing about something that doesn't even exist anymore. Similarly with the future. And
Which I do.
Yeah.
I'm constantly thinking, okay, am I going to be able to get this done today? At 5 o'clock I have to do this. Yeah. And I think about the things that I need to get done rather than, just enjoying what I'm doing at the moment.
And we talked just very briefly about blogging too, mm-hmm. and what that's like, because when you're filming, you're already thinking about how it's going to look at the end.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people don't think about that side of YouTube or being an influencer. They think, well, you don't have to go to a 9-to-5 job, therefore, you have nothing to worry about. You're doing nothing all day. But actually, my whole day, I'm worried about, am I going to get enough footage? What am I going to film next? Okay, how am I going to edit this together? Yeah. Which it always ends up working out. I always do get enough. I always do, I edit it together just fine. Yeah. But I'm constantly worrying, okay, well, what if I don't? What if I don't film enough?
Right. Okay, well, that's really good for me to know that the experience in reality is actually that it's always okay. Mm-hmm. You always do get enough. You always do finish. It's always fine. So that worry mechanism is totally useless, right? But it's a habit now. So you can know that it's not serving you and still it not go away until you get to the subconscious level and you have a conversation with it and you're like, you're not helping me. So the reason why I say we can't go all the way back to the carefreeness of childhood is because there's also there the innocence of lack of experience and not having a schedule. Or if you have a schedule, your parents are taking care of it for you. So there's always going to be the element of, you know, you've got something to do at 5. And you're planning ahead for the traffic. And you're thinking, how long is it going to take the whole family to get ready to go? And so those things will exist. But what we can do is program the subconscious mind to be more present and fully aware of life in the present moment more times throughout the day, which will give you that feeling of like, okay, I'm breathing, I'm alive.
My days feel longer.
My days feel longer. I feel like I have more time. And also a lot of it too is just like brain fog. Brain fog makes it seem like there wasn't even a day. So we want to clear any of that up too. So there's only one other thing I want to make sure everybody knows so that there's realistic expectations. Most people tend to think hypnosis either won't work at all, which is untrue, or they think it's going to solve all their life's problems in half an hour, which is also untrue. So there was a study done that found 600 sessions of talk therapy, regular therapy, result in 38% improvement. So that's a lot of sessions, 600 for 38% improvement. Whereas with hypnotherapy, 6 sessions result in 93% improvement.
Wow.
So it's really fast, it's really rapid, but it's not a magic pill, right? You do need to put the time in. So
you have to put in effort and you have to be open to it.
yes.
If you're thinking the whole time, hey, this isn't going to work, it's not going to work, then it probably won't, right?
It actually comes down to how bad you want the result. So if someone came to me and they're like, I don't believe in hypnosis at all, I think it's voodoo, but I want to quit smoking more than anything, they'll quit smoking. Whereas if someone came to me and they said, I love hypnosis, I love it so much, it's my favorite thing, which no one has said yet, but a lot of people think it's kind of cool. But
someone comment that below.
Exactly, it's my favorite. And they say, but you know, I know I should quit smoking because it's bad for me, but I don't want to quit. That person will need more sessions than the skeptic who really wants it.
Okay.
Who really, wants to quit. So it really comes down to how badly you want the result, and I know you want the result.
Yeah. So I want to have a long life. I want to feel like I lived 1,000 years.
Yes, exactly. I love that.
Yeah, and I want to be there for my daughter too and enjoy every moment, and I don't want her childhood to just go by in a flash.
Yeah, totally. And she'll be able to look up at you and learn from your experience when you get to slow down and be more in the present moment. So she won't be programmed to worry.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, that's an amazing gift.
Yeah,
you're right.
Cool. So we're gonna see huge improvements after today. Just keep in mind the 6-session average. And we can always do more phone sessions after the fact to keep it going for you.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Cool.
All right, let's get started.
Awesome. So cozy.
I know. I wanted to be a little bit more cozy today.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Can I have my dog with me?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Oh, she'll love it.
Okay, no, you're going to get hypnotized so your days feel longer too.
Yay!
I know it's a tough life being a dog, right?
It really is. Always worried about when you're going to get the next snack. And you can close your eyes and go ahead and take a nice, deep, letting go breath. Already beginning to relax both mind and body. Relaxing the top of your head. Relaxing your forehead, smoothing out any creases. So in just a moment, I'll count down from 3 to 1 and snap my fingers. And a part of you is going to jump out of your body. And you're going to be able to have a conversation with it as if it's another person entirely. But because you're the boss inside your safe place, you call the shots. And the part that's going to jump out is the part that worries. And when you're ready, describe for me what the part that worries is like.
Me, but not me. like disheveled and crouching, cowering.
That's exactly right. The part who worries is you, but not you. It's disheveled, it's crouching and cowering. That's exactly right. So go ahead and repeat out loud after me and say, part who worries, thank you for being here.
Part who worries, thank you for being here.
I know you're trying to keep me safe by having me worry.
I know you're trying to keep me safe by having me worry.
Why do you think having me worry keeps me safe?
Why do you think having me worry keeps me safe?
Good, now it will respond and let me know what it says when you're ready.
I don't know.
That's right, I don't know. So go ahead and say, well, if you don't know, why do you keep doing it?
Well, if you don't know, why do you keep doing it?
And then let me know what it says.
Just in case.
Just in case. So I want you to really breathe that in, Nikki, and realize the subconscious part of you that is worrying doesn't even know why it's doing it, and it's just doing it just in case. So go ahead and say out loud, just in case of what?
Just in case of what?
Let me know what it says when you're ready.
If something goes wrong.
If something goes wrong. Good. You're doing great. Now repeat out loud after me and say, well, you know what? Something has gone wrong.
Well, you know what? Something has gone wrong.
My life is flashing before my eyes.
My life is flashing before my eyes.
My days just go by in a flash.
My days just go by in a flash.
And it's because of worrying.
And it's because of worrying.
Worrying, you are hurting me physically.
Worrying, you are hurting me physically.
Worrying, you are hurting me mentally.
Worrying, you are hurting me mentally.
Worrying, you are hurting me emotionally.
Worrying, you are hurting me emotionally.
And worrying, you are even hurting me spiritually.
And worrying, you are even hurting me spiritually.
I really need you to transform into something that actually helps me.
I really need you to transform into something that actually helps me.
Will you do that for me?
Will you do that for me?
Good job!
Yeah, that was cool. Because, well, like, the answers, it was interesting because, like, I wasn't even thinking about the answers, you know? It was just what was coming out.
Yes.
And, you know, even when you said your eyelids are really heavy, like, I couldn't open them. Like, I was thinking about opening them, and I couldn't. So, I mean, yeah, your mind is really powerful. And I was crying, like, when I was talking to myself. And I don't know, it's like, it does kind of feel like, you know, therapy, too. Well, it is, hypnotherapy, right? You call it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the state that the body's in is meditative,
Mm-hmm.
but what we're doing is we're reprogramming the subconscious mind. And that is like therapy. Just the nice thing is, traditional talk therapy, you kind of talk about your problems forever and ever and ever, which actually kind of strengthens them sometimes. Whereas with hypnotherapy, you're talking about the solution. Again and again and again. You have to address what the problem was, but we do that for a very short period of time, and then it's all solution-based. But you're right, it's like a combination of meditation and therapy. Because anytime we think something, do something, feel something, we create a neurological connection in the brain. You just made all these new connections in the brain that are happy, content, and in the present moment. So that's what we want to focus on.
Totally,
definitely hypnotized.
She's like,
so
I wasn't
cute.
ready to come out yet.
It was like 5 seconds in, she was out. She was so cute. So really good job. That was beautiful.
Thanks,
I can
that was
definitely see how the meditation, you went down very fast.
Yeah, I did feel like I was able to cancel out everything, the world, you know, and go into that state. Do you think that was meditation, the practice doing that?
Yeah, and you know what's actually neat is people who have difficulty meditating can go into hypnosis usually much more easily, and then it deepens their meditation practice. very quickly. So because you already had that foundation, it seems like you've done hypnotherapy dozens of times, that's how advanced kind of you were. So anybody who's brand new, you can go a lot deeper if you just keep it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm so excited to hear about your results. I always tell my clients, be on the lookout for like bonus miracles, because we worked today on elongating your day, getting rid of worry and replacing it with the present moment. But you might find that you sleep better tonight than ever. We didn't work on sleep, but you could find that that's the case. Or you might find tomorrow, and we didn't even talk about food, so I don't know, but let's just say maybe there's a sweet tooth in the family. You might find instead you're grabbing an apple, instead of a sugary substance. So there's all of these things that are bonus miracles that can pop up simply because you access the subconscious.
And I guess I want to say that there were times where other thoughts tried to pop in, but then I tried not to give that any attention,
Awesome.
Then I just kept listening to what you were saying, and then like, oh, no, exactly. Like, we're not thinking about that. We're in this special place thinking about this.
Yeah.
Focus on taking a bite of the fruit.
I'm so glad you said that, because really those thoughts do pop in. It's like meditation. The first time you meditate, you're not a Shanghai monk like floating over a mountaintop with nothingness.
No.
It comes in.
It still happens to me when I meditate sometimes too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to focus on my meditation, and I'll be like, wait a minute, should I have chicken for dinner tonight?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we just see it as something separate as ourselves and floats away, right? That's what meditation is. So because hypnosis is meditation with a goal, same thing happens, and you did it exactly right. You just, that's not for now.
Yeah, you just try not to focus on it, because I guess I want people to know that that's totally normal.
Yeah.
That you're not just going to be completely blank and completely zen. Your brain works the way that it does. Those thoughts do pop in.
Totally. And with practice over time, it happens less and less.
Yeah. So I think that along with meditation, hypnotherapy would be great for people who have problems with anxious thoughts and a lot of anxiety and stress, because it retrains your brain to not think about those thoughts and not give them as much power. Because I think I have struggled with a lot of anxiety and stress in the past, and the most powerful tool of overcoming that is to learn how to not give those thoughts so much power.
Yes.
And to try and focus your energy on other things and realize I don't have to think about that.
Yes, you're in control. That's exactly right. I think a lot of times we go through life as if we're at the mercy of our emotions or our thoughts or even our habits, because it seems that way until you start doing hypnotherapy and we get in and we say, you're doing that just because you think maybe you should. That's why worrying was there. It had no good reason other than just in case. And it would have continued to do that unless we went in and had a conversation and said, thanks for trying, but actually you're hurting me. This helps me more. And then we put ourselves back in the driver's seat instead of being at the whim of kind of what happened to us in life. We get to take control.
I thought that was interesting too, hearing the answer when I confronted my subconscious.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know the answer to that, and its answer was, I don't know, just in case.
Yes.
I thought that was so weird. I'm like, just in case.
Yeah.
That was just the first thing that popped into my head. I didn't think about that. It just came out.
That's perfect, and that's totally correct. Another client could have said, well, worrying, why are you here? Well, because there was a fire in your house when you were 6. And she might not even remember there was a fire in her house when she was 6, but worrying might have been there forever because of that.
Wow.
So everyone has a different answer, and that's how you know it's real, because that answer came from within you. It didn't come from me. It didn't come from anybody else. So that was really interesting.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks
That
for
was a lot of
having
fun.
me.
Yeah.
Of course.
And people can subscribe to your site, right?
Yeah.
I'll put links below. Is there anything you'd like to say about your website?
Totally. So my main website is gracesmithtv.com. You can find everything about me there that you'd like. But we created something called Grace Space, and it's actually a Netflix for hypnotherapy. So since my mission was to make it mainstream, private sessions tend to be pretty costly because there's only one of me. And so I said, how am I going to allow this to reach the masses? And we created this Grace Space So it's all these online programs for everything you could think of. Fear of flying, fear of spiders, nail biting, fear of public speaking, weight loss, everything you can use hypnotherapy for. It's awesome. Just for a monthly fee, and you can cancel anytime. So if you want a 10-day free trial to that, we're going to give Nikki an opportunity just for all of her viewers to get a 10-day free trial, so that if you love it, you can stick around and stay. But either way, you can try for free.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thanks. Take advantage of that, guys.
Yeah, Grace Space is really cool. We have an amazing community, so give it a shot. Even if you just do the anxiety ones, they're so awesome.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of comments. People tell me in the comment section that they struggle with anxiety too, so I think your program would be really helpful.
Totally.
Cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was a lot of fun.
Yes, my pleasure.
Amazing.
I'll see you all inside Grace Space.
Yes. Well, guys, that was Nikki Tries Hypnotherapy. I had such a positive experience with it. I totally recommend trying it for yourself. Grace is amazing. Please take advantage of that free trial to Grace Space. Now, there's a lot of people out there who say hypnotherapy doesn't work, or that's cheesy, you're so gullible, but I truly feel that it does work. It does work. Your mind is such a powerful thing. I kept saying that over and over again in this video. And if you're experiencing such a positive response from this and you're benefiting from hypnotherapy, that's working. Yeah, it's just, I think it's so important to learn how to control your mind in your lifetime. And I feel really great right now. It's a couple hours since I met with Grace, and I feel like it would be nighttime. Normally, it hasn't felt like those couple hours have gone by like that. Yeah, it feels like it's been a long time. I think I'm going to really be more present in life. And I'm gonna keep up with her exercise. I have it recorded now, so I can just go back and listen to my video over and over again if I feel like I'm slipping back into that negative mindset where I worry too much. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment, and subscribe.